Okay, that looks like it's working. Oh my goodness, that was a bit of an ordeal. So I'm just going to flip right over. I'm going to make some ATC cards live. I'm like 20 minutes late. I was working and I just got totally involved in it, so I lost track of time. And then, of course, I'm having huge technical difficulties, and I go live on my personal page by mistake. Anyway, I am now going to switch over. Here we go. Hopefully this is going to be okay because I zoomed in and then couldn't zoom out again. Let's get this on the right thing. I got a new stand for my computer so I can do this maybe better. I don't know, but now I'm still kind of turned. Anyway, take a nice deep breath. Okay, so I wanted to make some ATCs. I'm going to the expo in Schaumburg near Chicago. What is it? Scrapbooking Expo, I think it's called, in August. And I do have a bunch of ATCs for trading. I have a whole pile of them. Oh, sorry. I'm forgetting I'm on this camera. Looks like my head's cut off there. Whatever. Anyway, so I thought I'm going to make a few more because I have some people that have definitely confirmed that they're going to come and trade with me. So let's make some more. Okay, so let's just get to it. So I just thought I'd show you. This is just, look, I had some leftover pieces. Well, not really leftover. I made a mistake when I was doing my samples. This is part of the in the garden collection. And so I ripped it apart and I redid my sample. Anyway, I had the tab on the wrong side and it was all mixed up. So anyway, so I thought I'm not going to waste that. I'm going to use that. It's got some nice goodness on it. So I'm going to use these. And I also had this left over just because of the way that I cut different colors. So I had these pieces left over. So I've just taken some press and seal, right? Some for your kitchen. And then I've put that on there so that I can use that as well. So we're just going to do some quick playing around and see what I can make. So I've cut these out. So I've used the torn set. So I use that for some bases. And then I use this one piece for the tops. So I'm probably going to need some of those again. I've got some of my bases here. So let's start with this one. These are really actually going to be fairly simple, just because I just love the pretty paper. So this stencil, again, all of this is from the new In the Garden collection, other than that torn set, which is still available on the website though if you wanted it. So I use this stencil. For that one, I just used two different colors. So I had taped it up a bit. I often just use my finger and cover up the pieces that I don't want when I'm doing it. And then for this one here, so that's the gear stencil. Whoops, that's the gear stencil. This one was a bit different. I put a lot of things on here. I think I put some pixie dust stuff on the bottom, and then I put the gear stencil on, and I used something a little bit different on that one. Let's see if I've got it there. I think I put it away. It was this weird spray I picked up at a scrapbook show. No, it was, oh, I think it was this one because it does have some texture to it. It's called Goosebumps. It's a clear texture spray. But it leaves, it's like not a smooth finish. Anyway, it just leaves this textury kind of clear finish behind. And then I did some just brushing over top because of course then it becomes a resist, which is really cool. Sorry, just grabbing that to show you. So that's what I did for this one. And then this one is from this Floral Slots file folder. So that's this die. So we're going to see if I can chop that up and add that to an ATC card. So let's go ahead and start with this one. I haven't planned what I'm going to do with this at all. Because like I said, I was working and I got really distracted and busy. But of course, it's always good to start with some ink distress. So This is pretty thin just because it ripped. There's actually a hole in that. I didn't even see that. Can you see that? But you can't really see it from the front, so that's okay. I don't even think you're seeing the green paper, so I better be careful with that one. I don't want to waste this. It's so pretty. These papers also, I should tell you, these are the backgrounds to papers, I believe. If I can move some of my stuff off of here. So these ones, sorry, there we go. The backgrounds volume 2 papers. Because of course those are the new ones that have just come out. So I was making sure to put them to good use. So just get this inked up. And then what I did mean to do ahead of time was to grab some sentiments, or to at least stamp. So maybe I'll just stamp some fresh ones. Because I need to put something on top of this. I can't just leave it plain. Okay, that one's okay. That one's actually got a whole pile of washi tape on the back of it. I was debating whether I should use that as the front, but I really like this stencil, so I think I'm going to stick with that as my front. I didn't even bother to pull the washi off. I'll just stick it all down together. It should be okay. Okay, do we have anybody watching? I don't think so. Like I said, I don't see any comments, but I'm sure that folks will watch after the fact. And I will probably do what I usually do and turn this into a reel so you can watch it really fast. Okay, so then we're just going to go ahead and stick these down. I always find, and that is not working, so I am going to have to peel this washi off of here. So let's hope it comes off okay now, because it has been stuck down for a while, and I ran it through my die cut machine, so that probably give it a good push. Yeah, and of course it's going to stick, as long as it doesn't pull too much off. No, it's okay. That's not pulling it thin like that one. That was because I had stuff glued down. Yeah, that's okay. So, shame to waste the washi, but no, this is stuck to my finger. Okay, so let's try that again. Get some adhesive stuck down on there. It's harder to stick to the, great timing. It's just going to be one of those lives, I think, where we run into lots of little issues, but it's okay. It's super quick to replace this if I get that off of my finger. So for anybody that has an ATC gun and struggles with putting your new roll on, here, it's a really easy, quick instructional video, because I've finally gotten really good at doing this. Watch, I'll probably do something wrong. And yeah, this is not true ATC refills, but they work really well and they are cost effective. So the only issue is sometimes it's a bit of a struggle to get it on the pins right. So you always want your tape to be up here, and it's really that simple. I just make sure that I've got enough to go around a little bit and get that skewered. There's a little bit of adhesive that stays on there, and then there you go. Done. That's just something a good friend gave me that. She'd cut that out and it just holds things on there nicely. And I think I didn't quite finish adding that there. Okay, I think that's good. So we'll stick that one down. There we go. I just chose the green. It's not like the exact green, but I thought it was a nice complement to those leaves. I just gotta be careful there. And very, very careful. Okay. And put that one down. Okay, so that looks okay. To make sure I'm on the screen, because like I said, it's I zoomed in and then I couldn't get it to zoom out again. Oh, that's weird. There we go. Okay, now I can see it better. I don't think. Can you actually see me? I don't know what that's doing. Here, let's just shift that a little bit. Hopefully that's okay. Anyway, I'm trying. I knew I was gonna have to do some stuff to get this all set up properly today, and I just totally messed that up by not being ready. Okay, so this one, I'm going to go ahead and cut this one now. I'll play around with the rest all at one time. So what I thought was it would be cool to have it like this is the torn edge, because I've got a nice full flowers there. So we'll stick that down, and then we'll see what happens when I run this press and seal through the die cut machine. I've never done that before, so hopefully it works okay. I don't know if you can see me back here or not. Whoa. Okay, let's see what happens here. That's kind of what I thought was it doesn't actually cut the press and seal, does it? But it has, oh no, it did. I don't really need it anymore. I just didn't want this to move as I was running it through, because I can stick them in after. That's not a problem. I just need to make sure that it doesn't shift. Okay, there's that one. And now I just got to get this one off of here. Thought about putting it on the backing first and then cutting it, but then I won't have like a mat, or I guess I could have put it on a smaller piece. Oh, I don't think that, oh no, it did cut through, I don't know. There. Okay, so that's cut. And then I can run this next one through. So I think I will go this way this time. Well, basically the same idea. And I need my cutting mat. Yeah, now you can see me when I do it this way. Okay. Stop there. Now I'm gonna see, maybe if I do this, it'll be easier this time, now that I'm done with it. That sticks pretty good, that stuff. There we go. Whoop, something's wonky there. Uh-oh, did it not cut through that piece? Oh, look, it didn't cut through completely. Okay, let's just see if we can eliminate this. There. Okay, get that out of the way. Yeah, it didn't quite, for some reason, go through there. Maybe I had something on my plate. My cutting plate is very, very well used. Okay, this one's going to be a little bit harder to hold together. Sorry, hopefully you can see that. Whenever I cut, I always hold it so close to myself so I can see it better. Okay, yeah. I don't know if that effect is really what I was going for. So it didn't cut that piece for some reason. Kind of the torn edge kind of loses its effect. I guess I would need to put a backer under it for sure to make it really show the effect, right? Like if I, oops, if I do that. You don't know until you try. Okay, so I'm missing a few pieces, but I think they are gone. Oh well. So I'm missing a little piece of flour there. Okay, well let's go ahead and cut a piece to put underneath those. And let's see what happens. What color do we want? I don't want it to be too I need it to contrast, so that's why I had chosen the white, the off-white. I kind of like that with it though. But yeah, when I put that under, it didn't look too bad, did it? I could just get it to hold still. I do think I like a blue better though. So let's find a blue. Go back to, this is the background's 1. Let's see what that one looks like. Is there enough contrast there? I think we'll give it a try. So I just need to go back to this, and I need to cut 2 of these now. Let's go here. Just that gives me a bit lighter color there. Come on, fit. Okay. One more. That so it fits easier. Fix that. Come on. Get back on there. Okay. Now I can run that one through. Said blue, but back here in the different light it looks almost purple. It's definitely got a purple tinge to it, which is kind of good because that has purple in it. Okay, so let's give this a try now. So these little pieces are what makes it harder to make sure that things stay lined up properly. Right, because if I glue it down and those aren't in quite the right spot, it kind of messes up. So let's grab this and see if I can manage to do this. So because this was a piece that was left over when I was making the samples, I didn't save these little inside pieces. So what I had done initially with this was I made a shaker out of it. And I did keep those inside pieces for that. But I wasn't really thinking about that when I cut this out and saved it. So hopefully by doing it together, it's going to be hopefully easier for me to attach this all and get it all nice and straight. So like I said, it probably would have been easier for me to have stuck it down to a base before I cut it out with the torn set. Get that one. I don't want to miss these either, because then they'll get caught on something and pop out. Okay, so I think I've got that okay. Let's see if I can keep it in here. And then that's got to line up exactly. And then there, they stayed where they were supposed to. So I'm just like missing some of those pieces. That's okay. It's okay. There we go. And then we'll do this one. So see, I gotta get that sitting in there properly. That's a bit of a wonky piece. Might have to cut that off. We'll see. Okay. There we go. Just kind of, oops. Treat it almost like it's one piece, but kind of pushing it around as I go here. The gun is moving it. Oh, that's good. Oh, wonderful. I don't know what my son is doing. He said he was leaving, but now he's outside talking to people. And the dog just heard him. A lot of little spots on this one to get covered with glue. Oh my. Okay. Oh, that, I can't believe that little piece of black is still in there. Did you see that? Okay, let's give this a try and see if it will work. Hold still. Okay, line that up and then get these all pushed in properly. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, and then I don't know what's going on there. And then, like I said, this just kind of has a very, very thin little piece on it. Ooh. There. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that one. I have to trim that one. Just trim that off. It's hard to get my scissors to want to go that way. Not perfect, but there. What do you think? What do you think? There's nobody there to tell me. I'm just going to grab my iPad and just have a quick look and make sure I am actually broadcasting. Yes. Okay. Just making sure. I'll just see. Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay, sorry. Just wanted to make sure. Okay. I think these are going to be okay. I am not going to ink these, but I think what I'm going to do before I attach them, I need to get a base for that one. I mean, I like because it does have white splatters on it, but this is an off-white and it doesn't feel right to me, but maybe like that. That is too close in color for sure. And then of course there's always the fantastic coffee dyed papers, which look nice with pretty much anything. Not sure what, definitely not black. Maybe I should just put it on actual white. Let me find a piece of white. Do I have a piece of white? You know what? I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to put it on a piece of white. Get that paper out of the way. Got my bin with all of my stuff in it. Make sure I cut it to the right size. Okay. So then I'm just going to grab this. I could just cut it, but I love how the dies give it a nice, like, very, very tiny rounded corner. So I cut that really tight. Really tight. And so this is what I do to make sure that I've got my paper, my die on my paper fully. Just flip it over, and then if you see those cut edges, then you know you got to shift things around a bit. Okay. There we go. Okay. I've got this little piece there. I'm just going to rip that off. Is that okay now? Yeah, I think so. Okay, so, whoa. Crashing everything on my desk. So we'll just attach this one down. And again, I'm not going to add ink distress these ones. I like them the way they are. There. Right. I just feel like that edge needs something. So let's just do that one edge. Just, I think because it's torn there, I think it looks like it needs something. Probably have gone dark or black. What if I edge in black? Let me get my black. I have to find it. I feel like that's it, even though it doesn't look black. Because, oh, no. Because I don't think, oh, there's one. That's black. That is definitely black. Oh, I see one eyeball popped up there. Love you to drop a comment so I know if they're working, because man, do I struggle with comments on these things. Okay, I need my black ink now. And let's see what happens. I think that's okay. I'm just going to put the black over here. Just because my paper has a white core, and then I've got the other paper underneath, so make sure that it doesn't show and everything is nice and black. I wonder if I could find that little piece to fill that opening. I think that might bother me. I mean, I could cover it up probably with something, but let's have a look quickly. Whoa, careful. Run away. Where did I even put it? Just looking in my recycle bin, but I don't see it. It was a bigger piece. Did I end up with it in here? Probably it's still on here. And I betcha that's it right there. Look at that. That's the one. Let's see if I can do this. Put a little bit of glue on that. And I'm going to grab my picky tool. Push that in there. Excellent. That worked. And then I can just ink it up. Haha. Excellent. Okay, so let's stick these down. Nice and centered. Oh, there is a comment. Hey Leanne, I'm glad that you were able to pop on here. Thanks for putting a little comment in there. At least I know that they're working. Okay, something, oh, there, that little piece there. Oh, look, you can see that it's almost cut through, so I don't know what happened there. Like I said, my mat is very well used, so sometimes I think when I run some dyes through, it doesn't make contact properly with the mat all the time. And I probably should replace it, but I just haven't. Okay, I'm just going to stand up here and check, because this is beeping and I'm wondering if my battery is... It's plugged in, it should be charging. Well, let's hope I don't lose my video. That would be bad. Oh yes, the black is great. That's why I had used it for the other one of my samples too. It just makes everything pop. Okay. So now, what to do with these? We need to add something to them. So, I have a few leftover dyes, but I don't know that any of them are going to really go with this. Oh, something is going on with my charger. Sorry. I'm going to reach over here. See? Yeah, that doesn't look right because that's the same color paper. And it just, yeah, doesn't work. So I have this one. Oh, that's terrible. It just keeps going. So hopefully my phone doesn't like die. But I thought maybe I should do some of these. So it's time to stamp another set of those, I think. That won't do anything for this. I could cut a few more dies. Oh, what if I cut something out in white for on top of that, right? That would be good. That would be good. So let's have a look at what we've got. I don't think I want those flowers, but we do have these flowers. That might be really nice there. Or I think I might, no, I think I like that one for this one anyway. This is really neat. Okay, so this one is the flower from the Bloom file folder set, and it is lovely. So we're going to cut that out in white. And I have another piece of tape somewhere. There it is. Okay, put this in here. Okay, I'm going to show you my trick. I don't know if this is the lazy way or what, but this is what I do. If you can get it to make the right noise, then there, see? It all pops out when it dings. Sometimes I have to resort to getting my pokey tool, but usually I don't. Oh, I do now for this. Get those little tiny pieces out because my fingers won't go in there. Okay, so I think I'm just going to do But I do still need a stamp on there. Definitely need a stamp on there. Okay, what was this one? I need to put my dies back before I lose track of them or forget where they came from. Oh, you're gonna try the die cut throwing? Yeah, it's, I don't know why I do that, but I just started doing that once and it works. Like I said, sometimes it takes a little bit. You know what? I think I might do that. Bloom. So, what do I want it to be on? Because it's just the words. The only other one I have is pretty much that one. So that will look pretty. Okay, so we're going to do that on white as well. And I'm just going to put them both down at the same time and try to get it nice and straight. Usually I can do it with my eye. That looks pretty good. There. You just got to kind of make sure that the spacing is good around the outside there. And there we go. Oh, but I don't need that. Do I? Oh, it's just the letters. Oh, I do need that insert. I don't think I'd like it with just the letters. Although they look kind of nice. Or, see, and then I could do that over there maybe. So, double duty with one die cut. Okay, so I don't want to lose those. Come on. See if this one's small, it's a little bit harder. Ooh, things are flying around. I better not do that. Here. Now I got one. Uh-oh. Oh no, there it is. So there's the insert for the B, there's the other insert for the B. Okay, so I don't want to lose those. Put that back. Okay. So now I can go ahead and attach these. So I'm going to put my flower at the top now. Now that I have those letters, I'm going to put them at the bottom. Oh, apparently I didn't put my phone on silent either. Get this glued up. So much focus, it's hard to talk when you're doing this. Okay, I think that's good. Where's my stands there? Okay, there we go. Stick. Okay, come on. This is going to be a little bit harder now because these are very tiny letters. I need to bring that closer. Okay. I probably should have put the M down first. Oh well. We'll manage. My tweezers are covered in glue. So the points are not very thin anymore. Oh my. Apparently my fingers are covered in glue as well. That's the worst, when your fingers get gummed up and then nothing sticks. All sticks to your fingers. Whoa, can't seem to hit that. Come on. Oh, one more. I Little wonky M. Come on, get on there straight. There, oh, come on, look. Everything's sticking. There, okay. So now I'm going to, yeah, that one's done. That's a single. I'm gonna do this. So, oh, I just realized it's not the same color, so, because that's the off-white. So let's do that on this one. I think I like that. Okay, so this, oh, I just realized it would have been a lot easier to do this with the letters. Oh well, I'll manage. So when I'm doing one like this, typically, I'm not inking that, even though the rest of it is inked. I think it's better without it. So typically I would put the B back in there and then insert the pieces. So I'm gonna have to kind of figure this out. Let me see if this will help. I don't think the O's really matter because they're pretty much rounded nicely on the outside. It's the insides that are a little bit different, so that's fine. There. Yeah, that looks okay. And I find it's easier to put my adhesive on the inside there rather than on the back of the, oh, look at all of that goo from my fingers. Okay, now these ones are going to be a little bit harder. So the bigger one goes on the bottom and the smaller one on the top. And that goes like that. So let's just put a little blob there. Don't make it too big. Okay, and I'm going to go like that. Right, how's that look? A little bit down. Come on, move. There we go. There we go. Okay, that one's upside down. And then this one goes like that. There, so I still managed to do it even though I didn't have the letter. Yeah, that looks okay. That worked. That worked okay. Oh, hi Ellie. Thanks for jumping on. I'm hopefully almost done, hopefully. Okay, so I might just do the same thing with that second one. So what should I do with this one? What do I want to do with that one? I don't know, like it just maybe needs a word on it. It's just, I don't know, it's kind of pretty already. I don't think it really needs anything. Like I think anything kind of would take away from it. That's, I'm not good at doing lots of layers, I tell you. That is not my thing. You might know that if you've seen some of my work. I don't do a ton of layering because I don't like covering things up, I guess. Right? I just like to be able to see it. Okay, so let's stamp this in. Oh, do we want to do black? I mean, black's gonna look probably best on that. That was stuck good, eh? How about you ladies? Do you have any suggestion? What do you think would look the best? Like even that blue looks okay, but I've already got the blue, so I'm not going to do that. Okay. Hopefully that's gonna, I'm gonna try and grab out my stamping mat without there disturbing things too much. Okay. So, what do we think? Any thoughts on what you think color would look best? I'm going to stamp it on my off-white because I use it most often for things. So then I'll be able to reuse these. Is that going to fit on there? Oh, it does. It's really close. I think I can be that accurate. Oh, I think so. If I miss the first couple, whatever. Okay. I need to make a decision on what color ink I want to use here. What if I just did my browns? Hang on, I've got, oh, I know. I actually have a little bit of sayings. Maybe I've got some in here that would work even. These are from previous journal phrases. Can you see those? Yeah, I can't really because my head's in the way there. Here, just pull them over here. I feel like that's white paper though. Where's my white? Man, you can't even tell the difference. You can tell the difference. See, it's very close. That is white. I need to grab this, which is not white. I need to trim a little piece of that off. If I can. There's too much stuff on my desk. I can't reach anything. Yeah, okay. Stamp it in two different pieces. Do you mean the journal phrases? Because yeah, you need a big block for that, or a stamping platform. But I tried it on my stamping platform and I didn't find it working very well for me. I found it much easier if I did it just by hand with the block. So if you don't have a big block, then yeah, definitely that would make it harder. Okay, let's just go ahead and do it in black because I think that's going to look best on these anyway. Okay, black. Here it is. Hopefully this is juicy enough. Ugh. It's very awkward. There's nothing to grab when you're doing. These are not meant to be stamped this way. It's meant to lay down and then you put your block on top. But I find that really hard with this big one. Then I end up getting my fingers in the ink. Oh, see? Okay. And I'm going to stand up a little bit. There we go. Get some nice even pressure on that, hopefully. And let's see. There we go. Perfect. Okay, put that away. I did not get my stamp chamois, so I'm just going to give this a spritz because it's, I don't know. Yes, this is my stamp cleaner, isn't it? Sorry. Just have to make sure it's not alcohol. The isopropyl, because they sit side by side and I move things around, and so now it's sitting in a different spot. So that is what it is. It's stamp cleaner. So give that a quick clean. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna have to clean my hands. Get that out of the way, and then oh look, I got a little bit of a boo-boo there. What do I want on here? I Like that. Abundance. I think that's a nice saying to have on there to trade. So I had so many issues at the beginning there. I was putting stuff in the description of this video and then it didn't work and whatever. Anyway, part of the reason for making these ATCs is because I am going to the Scrapbook Expo in August near Chicago. I'm going to see Els there, and I'll be at the Elizabeth Craft Designs booth, and I'm going to trade some ATCs. So I want to make sure that I have lots and lots of ATCs so I can trade. So if anybody's in that area and going to go to the expo, definitely come and see me and maybe bring some ATCs so we can swap. Okay, so I am going to keep this one pretty simple because like I said, I don't like covering things up and I love this die set, so I'm going to put that right there. Fairly simple. And then what else do we want? Delightful. I think that is perfect. And then I wonder what, let's try this other one on that other card and see what it looks like. Oh, it's the wrong color paper. Oh no, it doesn't matter for that one. Doesn't matter for that one. So Leanne, you said about that came out great. I assume you're talking about the stamped image. Telling you when you're stamping, especially a big stamp, it makes such a big difference to have a stamping mat. So if you don't have a stamping mat, I have like foam. This is a bit, well, it would be nicer if it's a little bit thicker, but even that really helps if you put that underneath where you're stamping, because it just gives it a much crisper image. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep that one at the bottom too, but on this side, right? Yeah, it needs to be on that side. Just balanced a little bit better on that side. I was not expecting to be this long today either, but I mean, I did start way late. So I'm still not been an hour, but I really actually thought that I would be like 30-40 minutes today. Okay. There. So let's see if I was to put something on here. What do you think? Oh, that's kind of neat, eh? No, what else have we got? Oh, it's a good day. Wonderful. That might be nice. Let me, it's gonna be easier to do it this way. Let me see. I'm rushing that I'm not doing a good job of keeping my cutting very straight. Or like, I kind of like the idea of, oh, you know what I just realized? I started to flip these bases over so I could stamp on them, and then I never did it. I like that. I am going to ink this one, though, if I can reach that. Just because the rest of that is inked, and I think with the sayings it looks nice. Sometimes, like, because that's inked, it matches nicer. And I'm just going to put a little bit on the front just to tone it down a little bit more so it's not so bright. Yep, that looks good. Oh, it's flying around. Okay, that's gonna go. Am I lined up there? Yeah, there. Okay. So I do need to stamp the backs, but you don't need to watch me do that. I'll do that later. So there we go. There we go. 5 Something's dinging like crazy because I didn't put it on silent. 5 ATCs. Lots of issues at the beginning there, but anyway, I got them done, and oh, I know what I was going to do here. I'm going to flip this around so I can actually talk to you better. There we go. Okay. Anyway, thanks so much for just popping on there and watching with me. Lots of issues today with getting things going. But like I said, if you're in Chicago area and you're going to Scrapbook Expo, be sure to come and see me at the Elizabeth Craft Designs booth, and I will have some ATCs to trade. I'd love to see what you guys make. Anyway, I hope everybody has a great day, and I will see you again soon.